Good morning. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Sek Fahn.
Sek Fahn!
Say it with me, Sek Fahn. If you don't know what Sek Fahn is, it basically means let's eat in Chinese, or in Cantonese, I should say. And this is our second episode. Our first episode you guys seem to love. If you missed the first episode, we'll link it below. Basically, this is kind of our talking eating show, where we talk about topics that either you guys want us to talk about or things that we've been wanting to share with you.
With minimal editing.
Yeah.
So it's just gonna feel like you guys are sitting here in front of us, just listening to us talk. While you eat.
Yeah, nothing crazy, just very, I guess, chill.
I'm gonna start on dessert.
Start on dessert. Today we went to one of our current favorite restaurants. It's called Pan Asia. They have basically like a lot of desserts, drinks, and also a lot of entrees and food, appetizers and things like that. But yeah, we've been loving this restaurant because the vibes it's just nice. Like they always have music playing. The outdoor seating is great. You can bring your dogs.
Very Instagrammable.
Very Instagrammable.
Nowadays, 5 stars of restaurants comes because of Instagram.
So yeah, if you guys want to go there, bring your dog. It's really nice. Just don't go on a hot day because it gets pretty toasty up in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, we love the restaurant. Food's great. Service is great. We're not getting paid to say this, but you know, if you want to give us a gift card, we'll take it. Just kidding.
Or maybe like a 6-month, you know, all you can eat.
We'll take it.
Anything like that. Fine. All right,
anyways, let's start eating. I have a 乾炒牛河走牛肉, which means it's a beef chow fun with no beef. I replaced it with tofu. Tofu.
Oh, that smells so good.
Look, this is family portion right here. This is the family size.
And then I have the free-range Hainan chicken. So they have 2 options. They have the, I think, regular chicken or the antibiotic free range organic chicken. Yeah. It was a long name, but yeah, that's what I got. It comes with coconut rice. The coconut rice is amazing. When you get any rice plate that comes with rice, you have the option to get coconut rice. Definitely take that. They have a turmeric something rice, but I haven't tried that one yet, but I will next time. But this one's just too good.
It's just too good not to have.
And this is the water spinach from them that we had last night. We literally had them last night.
And we went back
and we took it home, so we have some of that.
And then this is 楊枝甘露芒果布丁, which is mango pomelo pudding. Something like that.
Pudding.
I love 楊枝甘露. So good. And I love mixing sweet and savory.
Yeah, you do love that.
This is so good.
To drink, I have a chrysanthemum tea. Really good. Just trying to stay healthy, you know?
And then I have very healthy passion fruit green tea.
What switch?
I would like to try it. Hold on, let me try it.
This one's really good. It's not too sweet.
Ooh, they did good on that one.
Yo! This one is good.
I know.
If you ever want to know if a passion fruit green tea is good or not, just ask me. Let me try it. I'll tell you. I'm pretty sure I've tried it from any place that you can think of.
It's good because there's the perfect amount of tea and passion fruit.
Yeah. Alright, let's eat.
I'm so hungry.
Of course, we can't just eat and not talk about anything, right? So let's see, what can we talk about today?
What can we talk about? There are a few things on my mind that I want to talk about. The first thing we could talk about
is when you're gonna play Fortnite. Just kidding.
I will always be a supporter of Fortnite. I will always enjoy watching it. But girl, playing is too much. I'm so stressed. Or I've never even tried it, but I would just imagine to be in that position. It's too overwhelming. They need to have a trial. Do they?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah. They had like a trial so I could play there, have no one yelling at me, no one killing me.
Actually, there is. There's a game mode called Playground. Oh. And it's basically the whole island that you're playing in. It's just you and your teams.
Oh.
But if you don't have anyone, you can play by yourself. And it's good to like practice that way.
I first need to figure out how to go left and right without like spinning in circles.
Yeah. As you guys know, I have my own channel. That it's really not a channel.
It's been a work in progress for like 5-10 years.
5 years. But so anyways, in the beginning, I was seeing that channel as you guys know, I love doing videography. I like showing creativity through that way. But more and more because of the vlogs, I just first didn't have time, or it didn't allow me to, or it's just like things here and there that didn't really make me really pursue, like not pursue, but like really make, like spend the time, like 2 to 3 days to really make a video. And I think like it's like the more I waited, the more it put me in that rut. Where like I was like feeling unmotivated, and like at one point recently actually I started to think about like, you know, started to like criticizing my own work. And like it just, I was just like up in my own head, but that really unmotivated me. It validated that my work was not good enough to be out there. Yeah, like like with everything going on in life too, besides work, like it just really put me down. And I didn't want to create no more.
Yeah, he was actually talking about deleting his channel too.
Which I still am going to.
Oh, I didn't know. You are?
Yeah, I feel like there's no point of those videos living up in there if I'm not gonna like post them. And maybe in the future I'll post them on WahlieTV. So I came to the conclusion that I'm just gonna make videos that are gonna be on WahlieTV. Like I think
you want to have one focus.
Like I don't deal well with stress, and you know that. Like stress and me are like enemies.
Yeah, we do. We do.
But because of that, I think what will be better and what will make me actually want to do these things is if I make videos and just post them on WahlieTV and stop thinking about like separating the two. Because WahlieTV is so me, you know, like I'm basically half of WahlieTV, and like I have to put effort into it. You know, I have to think about like how can I make the vlogs funnier, and I don't want to let that go at all.
That's true. It's a lot of pressure to manage. First of all, Wall manages 3 channels, and even though we're not like 100% active on all of them, I would say like 80% of the activity happens on WahlieTV, because that's kind of where you guys are at too. But you know, he tries to manage Ayao Wally, which is our Chinese channel, and then and then his channel. I think a lot of people don't realize how much work goes into just producing one video. Whether it be something super simple, you still have to have some time to think about what the simple video is, you know? So it is a lot, I think, on his plate, because for me, even just running one channel, and then on top of that, you have to run your social accounts. All of that put together, it's so much pressure, and especially with Wall being like, I would say you've let go of your perfectionist side a little bit now. But at one point, he was such a perfectionist that if it's not good, he'd just rather not do it. And then that leads to just not doing it and then losing the passion for it.
If I show you guys the amount of videos I have edited but not ever uploaded, you guys will be like, why the f are you doing this?
The amount of videos Wall has archived of drone shots and just never shown you guys is crazy. Because his expectation for himself is so high that if it's not close to where he wanted it to be, he would just like keep it aside and never use that content, which I think you really should like find a medium with that. Yeah. Like
I just have to stop giving a f, honestly. That's what it is. And I'm sorry if you guys are minding my cussing, but we're not people who separate who we are in life and our channel. Yeah, for sure I'm gonna just make more videos and like put them in, like have it make sense in WahlieTV and then post them there, I think. Yeah. And I think that will that'll be good for everyone. You guys will like the content. I'm gonna be happy about putting that content. So yeah, I was in a really bad creative rut actually. Like I don't want to use the word depressed because many reasons, but I was really down, you know, like when you lose passion for something that you've had passion for a very long time, you just it just smashes you in the face, you know, like hooks out. It just
yeah, you feel like you have no purpose anymore,
and you start getting into your head, you know, like like that voice inside your head keeps telling you like really bad things. But I think finally I've let that go, and I was embarrassed to talk about it, honestly, because, like, you know, this is my job. This is what I do, you know. But then throughout the the months, if not a year, I've met up with people who are in the same, you know, like they're just creative people who either are artists or they they have their own company of some sort, and then YouTube channels, obviously, like other YouTubers, photographers, videographers, like everyone in this industry hits a creative rut at least twice in their lifetime. If this is their career, you know, if it's just for fun, obviously it doesn't really matter because it's just for a hobby. But if it's for your job and you do it so often, like you are bound to just
get burnt out
and hit a wall. And I think hearing that from other people, it just
it's comforting.
It's comforting, yeah, knowing that like they hit that rock bottom at one point, but then now they are back up, you know, and that just gives me a little more hope. And
look at this, babe.
So yeah, I'll produce more content, and hopefully you guys like it. And if not,
you're still gonna do what you want to do.
I'm gonna do it.
I think that's important.
So much.
It's so important to like stop caring about what people keep expecting from you. And I think that's what puts both of us and a lot of people in a creative rut. Because you, in your mind, you know what you want to do, and a lot of times that means changing what you're normally doing. Yeah. You know, and then people on the internet don't accept change as well as you think they do. Like, you always see people say, you always hear people say stuff like, like, you always hear people say stuff like, oh, you've changed. But why can't people see it as, I'm evolving, I'm growing? But people have a hard time with that. So that's why a lot of creative people that have been online for over like maybe 5 years, I feel like every person changes every 5 years, and you have to. You can't be a 25-year-old acting like the same 15, 20-year-old you used to be. It's just not you anymore. It's not part of your identity. You've evolved.
And it sucks for you to evolve, and then people say, you changed.
You've
like,
changed, yeah.
Of course, have you not changed? Like, you probably changed, you know?
Right. It's like, you're not doing the same thing you were doing 5 years ago. You're probably not talking the way you did 5 years ago, and that's okay. You know, you're changing, you're growing up. And
sorry, I'm gonna put this in the fridge for now.
Yeah, I know, I don't want it to get like warm. I guess I could kind of touch a little bit too about being in a creative rut. I think I've talked about it with you guys, so it's nothing new. But I would say in the past year, I think I've seen a lot of change in myself, whether it be in my content or just in the way I carry myself. And this has, like, this is just everything tying in together. I was just looking at old pictures of my Instagram about a year ago, and I used to never post pictures of myself. I'm not never, you know, I post a selfie here and there. But most of my content was usually just lifestyle, of the dogs, of what I'm eating, of the house. And I realized that I never really posted pictures of myself was because I wasn't comfortable with myself. I was so insecure about my midsection, which was crazy. Like, everyone thinks I'm crazy. Hey, save it for later. Save the good stuff for later. But yeah, like, I noticed that about a year ago, I started to wear more revealing clothes.
Ooh, she a hoe! She changed!
But, I mean, I'm gonna tie this into why I'm talking about the creative rut and why this. But I think just by me on the outside looking at my Instagram, I would think, damn, she changed. Suddenly she's wearing crop tops. Like, oh, suddenly she's showing her legs more and stuff. And I guess I've realized that I'm evolving a little bit. I'm starting to grow into like what I want to be as a woman, how I want to be portrayed. I'm losing my train of thought, but yeah, basically I've noticed that I've been changing, but this is who I am, and this is what is making me feel creative now. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, now I look at my work and I think this is me.
That makes a lot of sense. Like, you really have to be you to create the content, or like the content that you create, it's usually who you really are.
Yeah, and how you feel inside. Like, now I look at my Instagram, and I mean, all this stuff is just, it's just Instagram at the end of the day. But this is just a good example to show how I've been feeling in my creative rut, but now finally breaking out of it, because I'm starting to post things that make me happy and feel like myself, if that makes sense.
Versus posting things that you're kind of interested in, but other people like. That's why you're posting it. And at the end of the day, you're kind of just like, oh, okay, I'm just posting it because other people like it.
Like now I truly post things that interest me. And I used to think about, you know, like on Instagram, people have like their filler photos. There are some Instagrammers who will post a picture of themselves in every photo. And then there are some, I think I fall into that category of really trying to curate a feed and not just post photos of myself. So I will post filler photos such as like, I don't know, a donut. Or like,
but I feel like those pictures describe who you are. You know what I'm saying?
It's lifestyle, because I'm not just about fashion, you know? Sophie, I have to call her back. I don't want to lose my train of thought. Yeah, I had a time where I was thinking, well, these filler photos don't get good engagement, you know? But then I realized, like, well, but this is still part of my life, and I'm still gonna post these photos.
Why are you always calling my girlfriend, cut? You in the news, Sek Fahn.
She said, oh. She said, 잘 먹겠습니다.
No, it's Sek Fahn. Come on.
Oh.
You gotta start a 잘 먹겠습니다.
Excuse my cursing, everyone. That's mom. Okay, sorry.
No, it's okay.
Do you guys have Twitter fans?
Do you want to make some?
Well,
You
she's
cooking?
over and we're doing the Vietnamese spring roll.
We're there.
Ooh.
We're there.
Oh, so not like you want to see me, but
Bitch, I saw you for an entire week. I mean, do you really miss me so much?
Bye-bye.
Bye. But yeah, I think that about like kind of wraps up how we've both been feeling with our creative ruts. And I guess I just want you guys to realize, or I mean, I think you guys realize, sorry, wrong wording. But I think I want you guys to hear this, and we both want you guys to hear this, because it's very normal. Because, oh my God, I can't even tell you how many people who aren't on social media that, you know, my friends in real life who would just be like, dude, I don't know what I want to do anymore. And you just feel so pressured. Like, you feel so pressured to do one thing your entire life because that's what you're supposed to do. But it's okay. Like, you can keep evolving, keep changing.
No. And with that said, we want you to know that if you're in this situation right now, or if it hits in the future where you get in like this rut, just know that it's okay and that the world is not gonna end. Because at the moment when that stuff is happening, like, you feel like the world is gonna end because you can't see a future anymore. And I feel like that's what people are scared of, not being able to see a future.
Right.
Just know that a lot of people go through it. Your parents may have gone through it, and they are where they are today. You know, so you can, as long as you keep pushing and you don't give up, you won't fall too deep into the hole.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to
That's
say.
really good. Yeah, I agree. On top of that, another thing we want to talk about, just kind of quickly touch on, I've talked about it in my most recent video, so if you guys saw it, you kind of know my thoughts, but I think it's important for Wall to kind of share his side of it. So, we've been getting a lot of comments, and almost on every post that we do, it's sprinkled in there, and it's about marriage.
Yeah.
And I just want to talk about it together because you guys always hear my side. And my side is just, we're happy where we are, and this is just, like, marriage is just not important to us.
It doesn't change a thing.
It doesn't change much in our opinion. So that's what I talked about, and you guys know that.
Yeah.
So I just want him to kind of talk about what he feels.
I feel like it's, you know, like, a lot of people obviously traditionally think that when two people are in love, the next step is marriage. And I'm so glad that I met someone that is in the same page as me, because, like, how I see it is that a marriage is a celebration for two people to be together. It's a celebration for love, for caring, or whatever it may be. It's not, it doesn't mean that these two people will never fall apart, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? And, like, although people always, like, you know, but that's why there's a vow and there's everything, you know, like, that you say, you promise. Like, no, like, yes, you promise, but promises can be broken. You know, as much as you want to deny it, promises can be broken. Just like a marriage. So with that said, I feel like it doesn't really matter if you're married or not. Like, just as long as you two are married in the heart, you know, it doesn't have to be. Marriage is just a piece of paper that says you two have gone through what every person has gone through, and it's just like a tradition, you know.
And it helps you with your taxes.
That too.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, that's
the biggest perk to me.
Yeah, that is.
We can file together.
Right. But yeah, but like honestly, me and Weylie are like, we're just not ready for that stage to be married together, you know, and we don't see it such a big deal that we have to. We don't see it as if we don't get married, we're not gonna stick with each other.
Right.
You know? If anything, I feel like being married gives you more of that pressure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're like, damn, I'm married with this person. I can't leave them, and that's gonna make like you go crazy in the head. You know,
Because
like.
Actually, that's a really good point I want to talk about too. I think in a relationship, a lot of people get lost in the idea of like, I own the other person is mine, and that this is it. We always openly talk about this. Like, if ever we both reach a point where we're no longer happy with each other, it's okay to let go, you know? And that's what like loving a person is about. It's not about owning them. It's not about always having them with you. It's really about you still being an individual and then you having love for that other person.
Yeah.
So yeah, with that being said, we like the idea of not having that pressure right now of, okay, well, what if we did fall out of love? Oh God, like now we have to let all the family know, we have to go get a divorce. That's just a lot, you know? And that's why we feel more free like this, and we feel like we can love each other even better like in this way. It may not be the traditional way, but who said there is a rule book? Like, who said you have to do this? And well, society said. That's who said.
No.
You know, people just put this image in everyone's head that, oh yeah, but after you graduate from high school, you have to go to college. After you go to college, you have to find a job. Well, I mean, that you kind of have to. You gotta have money to eat. But there's always all these have-tos in life. Like, it's like as if there's this formula set for everyone. Oh, by 30, girl, you better get married or else you're old. Oh, by 36, oh, girl, you better have a kid because you're too old. Like, too many standards set by society, and it just makes everyone crazy because you feel like you have a deadline. And we're like, why do we have to have a deadline? It's like, that's why people feel so much pressure in their everyday life, because society is pushing them to like, you need to be at this stage by this age, and we just don't want to live like that.
You tell him. Then
But
touch the floor.
I do joke with him sometimes. I'm like, so when are you gonna marry me? I'll just say like stuff like that.
Like, I guess what we're trying to say is that like, we're not saying that we'll never get married. Who knows? Maybe when the time comes, it'll be like, I don't know, next year.
We'll get a
Maybe 2 years from now. But yeah, basically what we're trying to say is that marriage doesn't define love. Just know that.
Just because you're married doesn't mean you can't get a divorce, you know. Just
That reminds me. Every type of hip hop dancing is always. Like, why do they always do that move? This is so old. Like, stop doing this. This is back in like 2003.
that just reminded me that meme. Insert the video here.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it right there.
Okay, well the next thing, what can we talk about?
It's 24 minutes already.
Girl, another thing I want to talk about. Wah has noticed this about me. I think a lot of you have noticed this about me. I've been more and more wearing less makeup. And the reason behind that is that I am really reaching a point in my life where I truly feel pretty without makeup on. And nothing has really changed. Oh, besides Curology saving my ass and making my skin clear. But I mean, my eyebrows are still jacked up. You know, I don't like my lip color naturally. That's like super weird, but yeah, I don't like the natural tone of my lips, so I would always wear like lipstick or something, or lip gloss. My monolids are still the same, still got an uneven eye. It looks like this eye is lazy. So aside from my skin changing, everything is the same with my face, you know? And I've noticed in the past, maybe just 5 months, it's actually really recent, I've started to wear significantly less makeup. I would go out with just powder on my face, not even full coverage foundation with like concealer and all the shebang. Not that anything is wrong with makeup, but I think I'm finally reaching that point of truly feeling secure in myself. I used to always look forward to this day. Like I would always say, I can't wait until I'm 30 because I feel like women in their 30s have gone through just that whole stage of being insecure. You know, in your teenage years, you're so insecure because you're constantly comparing yourself. You're going through puberty and it's just things constantly changing about yourself and you feel so much pressure. And I used to always look at women who are in their 30s and think, I cannot wait to be there because women who are in their 30s, and this obviously is not for everyone, but majority of women I meet who are in their 30s have reached a point where they're just secure. They're like, this is who I am, take it or leave it. And I think I'm reaching that point now in my life. I look at myself in the mirror now and I notice all the imperfections that I have that's been around for my entire life. And I'm just like, cool. And I want to share this because I think we don't need to put an age on that because I thought that by 30 I'll feel this way, but I'm 25 and I'm feeling this way already. It's just a mindset. You have to put yourself.
You're 25?
Yeah. How old did you think I was? 18?
Get out of here.
Yeah, you have to just live in the moment and start to appreciate who you are instead of like telling yourself, oh, I'll deal with it later. Yeah. Because this is something that we should all work on every single day. And I've truly been feeling so good about the way I look. Not in a conceited way.
Conceited.
I'm like hot shit. Do you know how lucky you are to be with me? Anyways. Yeah.
And I think it has to do with being single. Not you being single, but like other people. Because I can imagine if girls are single, or girls who are single, who are looking into a relationship, that's why they feel the way that they do. You know, they have to put on so much makeup to impress society. Because you don't know who you're going to meet. You know?
Right, and it's all about first impression. So, of course, you think, oh, I need to look good.
Versus, I'm 100% sure, like, we've met people who are single, but they don't give a fuck. You know, like, if they meet whoever they meet and they like them the way they are, great. If not, why spend the time, you know? And I think also it helps a lot for you that you were not single.
That's
you know
true.
what I'm trying.
I don't have to go out looking for mans. First of all, you should never feel like you need to put on makeup to impress a man. Let's just say that. But yeah, it feels good. It really feels good to not feel like, oh, if I don't have makeup on and I'm at a grocery store, that person is looking at me and thinking about my imperfections. Because 10 out of 10 times they're not thinking about that. You know, they're probably in their own heads about whatever is going on in their lives. And it just feels good for me because I've reached a point in my life. Well, obviously I have days too. You know, everyone has their days where you wake up and you're just feeling very unattractive. But I think as a whole, I finally reached a point of, this is how I look. And it's great. Like, I'm happy to look this way. And I think it starts just with not comparing yourself. I really don't compare myself to other women. I celebrate other women. Like, I could truly say I'm a girl supporter. I love girls. I love women. I have no problem with complimenting another woman. I have no problem taking a photo next to someone who's skinnier than me, taller than me, prettier than me. Like, girl, good for you. Like, I'm happy for you. Like, I hope that you feel the way I feel about myself on the inside.
I'm so
no
glad
matter
you're
how
not
you look.
one of those girls that like get bitter about it. Or see it as a competition. Because you know damn well, especially women are competitive. Very competitive, especially when it comes to looks. And I feel like being in the LA scene, like being in like the whole, this industry, going to those certain parties and like events, like you see that a lot. Like where girls are just like,
trying to one up each other.
They're just, you can see it all, you can read. Oh, okay, sorry, the SD cards keep running out. But anyways, at those places you can tell, you can read it all over the girls' faces that like, they don't, not that they don't like it, they hate it when a prettier girl gets in the environment, you know, they're just all like, like, you know, like they just have to pretend that they are better with their attitude, but it's like, it doesn't even matter at the end of the day if you look better or if they look better. You're gonna go on with your life and she's gonna go on with hers. So why the competition, you know? So
it's really unnecessary like stress to put on yourself. So yeah, I encourage everyone, and this is for men and women, like to be a supporter of other people. Like, other people succeeding is not going to take away from your success. You know, you will continue to grow.
It will if you let it.
Right, yeah.
It will, because a lot of people get, you know, they let it get into their head, and that's when
you just go down a spiral of like just being mad with the world and thinking everyone is like in competition with you. But that's all in your own head. So yeah, once you free yourself of just feeling like you need to own everything and that you are the best of the best, or that other people is trying to take something from you, once you free yourself from all those thoughts and just really truly go and support other people, it will just change your life. Like, seriously, give it a try. I know it's going to be hard.
With yourself.
Like, yeah, you'll be so much happier with yourself. And in the beginning, it's hard because that's not what you're used to. You're used to being the way you are. And it's okay. But if you do want to live a healthier lifestyle, especially mentally, give it a try. Like, seriously, go out and support people. Compliment people. And if you are ever in a room with someone that you think is better than you, make conversation with them. And if they're going to be stuck up, then oh well, you know, you move on with your life. And that's it. And you will just, I don't know, I think because I've really learned to, I guess, apply that to my own life. Not only do I feel better about my work, I feel better about my relationships with people and the way I feel about myself, like my confidence. Because I'm no longer...
At the end of the day, you are the most important. You know?
And yeah, I'm just not competing with anyone else anymore besides myself, I guess. But I'm not even competing with myself. It's just, girl, if you want to do something, then do something. It's not a race. So yeah.
Good topic. I'm glad you brought that up. Because I'm sure that at least 100 people watching right now are feeling that. Sorry, I'm pointing with my fork. It's very disrespectful, you know?
I think that about wraps it up. Our food is almost done. Well, actually not really. I still have a lot. I'm going to eat this later.
Almost done, but I'm getting so full.
And I want to eat the dessert, so I'm trying to save like a little space. But yeah, that's it for today, I think. Pretty good like topics that we've been wanting to touch on. So feel free to comment below if there's anything you guys want us to talk about in the next one. We'll try to make this a weekly thing. What do you think?
Wow.
Either weekly or bi-weekly.
Bi-weekly? You mean my monthly?
What is bi-weekly? That's 2 weeks,
Bi-weekly
right?
is twice a week.
Oh shoot! so silly English, not very good.
This guy said want to edit some. But yeah, great combos today. Comment below if you guys are liking this. Like, if you guys are liking the rawness of it, or would you guys rather it be like a little more edits, like a little more
polished,
you know, more polished. But it seems like from the last, the first episode actually, most people were liking how raw it is.
Yeah.
And like that, like they feel like the real true emotions and everything. And then it's just like no fakeness around. We ain't cutting nothing out. It's just the real 100% WahlieTV.
And like, I like, personally, if you were to ask me, I like doing these videos more because I do feel more myself. When it's, because it's just one straight way through. You're not vlogging a little clip, turning off, and then turning on again. And then every time you turn on the vlog, you have to kind of like, oh, let's get in character. Or like, all right, let's get the mood up so I don't seem like a bitch. This is great. Like, I could just talk calmly like this, and you guys know I'm not irritated or anything, but I'm just chill. And I really much prefer this.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
This is like us, if you were like our friends.
And you're sitting across from
us.
us.
And you're having dinner with us, like this is how we would talk. Like, it's not like, hey guys. Hey guys. Hey guys.
Hey guys. Welcome back to my channel.
Oh, I was gonna say, since, you know, this is something that we talked about, since this is like Sek Fahn, it would only make sense if on Weylie, our Cantonese channel, we made a Sek Fahn.
In Chinese.
And did the same thing, but in Chinese.
Oh, girl.
I can't guarantee you that we're gonna, you know, be as fluent as in English. But
there is no guarantee.
But yeah, let me know if you guys want that, because we haven't posted in that channel in quite a while, and I feel like yeah, a little update vlog would be great for that. And what other better way than to update you guys with food?
Sek Fahn. We appreciate you. This is supposed to be a heart, right?
Yeah. Whoever
feels
thought of
really
this,
weird.
like, were you on, what kind of drugs were you in to think about that? That's like when you're a kid and then you look at the wall and like you start like picturing little shapes from the pattern.
This almost hurts my finger. Like, this is giving me arthritis.
This looks like you're trying to show me something, but I ain't seeing it.
Like,
hey, look at this.
hold on.
No, but wait. Okay, we're talking too much. Bye-bye.
Look who came out to play. Not these guys, but the bigger guys.